CHAP tales. Don't you wanna hear some CHAP tales? Hello and welcome to another CHAP tales. Okay, so I was digging the barrel once again. I just thought of this little story from when I was young. Like, thought it might bring a smile to your lips or whatever. Okay, so where I live, or where I grew up, around Ingester Road in Kentish Town, on this estate, there's like a wooded area, like it goes from one end of the estate to the other, and it is so wide, whatever. But basically, growing up, all the kids around here, we just loved pretending we were soldiers, and we had like a little army, and we used to give people ranks and stuff and all that. And it was funny. Believe me, it was funny. Anyway, this particular day that I'm thinking of, we was round, there's like a little woods as well with a park behind it, and it used to have some slides and swings and a yellow and red metal helicopter. Little blue slide as well, actually. So we was round there one day, and we just all sort of gathered, and we're all like, what are we gonna do? Like, and then I was like, yeah, we're gonna go to the big, because we used to call them the big woods. We're gonna go to the big woods, and we're gonna like have a game of army runouts in the big woods. So everyone's like, all right, sweet. Now, I can't remember exactly who was there, but faces that I can remember is Seaton, Gary Phillips, me, Dean. That's all I can sort of remember. I think there was about 10, 11 of us, whatever. So anyway, that day, because this is like late afternoon now, probably about 3 o'clock, but that day, me and Dean had been in the woods, just me and Dean, and we had basically covered the woods in all kinds of traps and just everything, like loads of camps, and it was just mental what we'd done in there that day, like. And we was planning to wind the others right up. So anyway, we're around the swings, and Dean's like, oh, do you know what, lads, I can't come to the woods today. My mum said that we've got to go out somewhere, so I'm really sorry, but I'll see you boys later, yeah? We're like, all right, Dean, mate, nice one. So Dean's gone supposedly to his house to meet his mum to go wherever. So anyway, we're around the back, and then I had these sort of walkie-talkie things, like, so Dean's got one of these walkie-talkies, they don't know that, and I've got the other one. Anyway, so I walk away from the group of lads or whatever, and they can see that I'm on this walkie-talkie, and I'm like giving it the big one and saying, no, we can't do that, what do you mean? Oh. So anyway, I walk back over to all the rest of the lads, and they're like, what's going on? What are you doing? Who's that? And what? And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it, mate. It's one of my contacts. And they're like, contacts? What are you talking about? And I was like, oh, look, I might as well tell you lot. And they're like, tell us what? Like, I was going to wait until we was at the big woods, like, to tell you. But I think I better tell you now. So whoever wants to leave us can leave us, you know what I mean? And whoever's going to be there for the estate and for me and for, do you know what I mean, all of us, like, whatever. So basically, I've said to them that we're going to meet another estate's army, if you like, in the big woods, and we're going to have a war, basically, and because they're in our territory, we've got to get them out or whatever. And like, it was mental, because half of them were well up for it. They was like, yeah, come on in, let's have them, and all this, like, and I was like, all right, sweet. But there was a few that was like, no, getting all scared and all that. And there was a couple of young ones that I actually sent them home, because I thought, nah, they can't handle things like this. So sent them home. So we're down to about 8 people now. So we make our way from the little woods behind Grange Mill, the tower block. We walk up into Hanbrook Garage, we go all the way to the end where the woods is, and we jump over the white fence, and there's a bit of a drop into the woods, like not too big, but we just jump off it, all of us, like. So anyway, I've got them all down on the grass area near the railway club end of the woods or whatever. So we're all there, like, and we're all wearing camouflage gear. We've all got bloody different sorts of weapons on us, like plastic guns and whatever, you know what I mean? So we're standing there, and I'm telling them a load of waffle, like whatever's coming into my head. I'm just saying, like, oh, blah blah, yeah, they're gonna be in these woods or whatever. We got to wait for a minute though, because it was starting to get dark, like, and I was like, it's better if we're in the dark or whatever. And then we're standing there, and then Gary Phillips is like, there's one of them. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, look. So we all look round, and standing at the top of the hill is someone in a full camouflage gear with a balaclava on, a black balaclava on their head, like. And before I can say anything to any of them, right, Gary has just gone steaming up here after whoever this is. Might be Dean. Anyway, he gets to the top of the thing, and Dean has put a tripwire from where the back wall of the centre is of English Road Community Centre to a tree, like. And anyway, as Gary's got close to him, Dean's done a runner jumping over the tripwire, and he's run off into the woods or whatever, and Gary's tried to chase after him, and he's gone bing, he's hit the tripwire, and he just fell straight on his face, yeah. But give it to Gary, like, he was, do you know what I mean? He was ready to pants. Anyway, you see him get back up, and he just runs off into the woods, like, and then we're standing there for must have been 5 minutes. And we're like, where is he? Like, what's going on? Anyway, you can hear him, and we're all looking up, and he's running back down towards us, like. And do you know what he's done? He's gone and fell over the same tripwire on the way back down the hill. Ping! And he's hit the floor again. Anyway, he's come down to us after getting up again, and he sort of said, I don't know where they went. I went as far as I just couldn't find them. And I was like, so I thought I'd better come back and get you lot in case there's any more of them. And I was like, yeah, bloody hell. I was like, okay, we're going to, it was getting dark by this time, like, and I said, right, we're going to go in, we're going to go along the bottom route, because there was like a top route and a bottom route, past the logs, because there was these old logs from a tree that had fallen down years before, whatever, and there was all little places in these woods that we used to name, like. So anyway, we start marching, like, and we've got someone on point, and someone's at the back and looking out, and it's like little tour of duty, do you know what I mean, little patrol going into the woods, like. So we go down the bottom bit, and anyway, Dean has got all sorts of gear. Do you know what I mean? Like, he had some screamers, fireworks. Anyway, we've gone past the logs, and we're going down the bottom route along the back walls of all the houses in Burley Road and Lady Somerset Road and that. Anyway, so Dean has started firing screamers near us. Like, obviously, he ain't doing it at us, because someone might have got hurt, and that would have been good, would it? So he's doing it above our heads, really, like, and all of us are all jumping on the floor, like, and they're like, and like, they're really confused, because they just don't know what's going on at all, like, and they're like, oh my God, there's loads of them, we're gonna get killed and all this. And I was like, calm down, we'll be all right. So anyway, the fireworks have stopped or whatever, and we've got back up, like, because we was all like kneeling down, like. So we're walking along the bottom route, and then there was this big hole that was dug in the floor. We didn't dig it was just there, and we used to call it the big hole or whatever. And what me and Dean had done is we'd put a load of, I don't know what it was, just, I don't know, toilet paper or whatever, and Dean set fire to it. So it's gone up, like, tinderbox or whatever, and we was quite close to it when it went up. Like, so everyone's run back a bit again, jump behind trees and whatever. But it was only like toilet paper and stuff, so it burned out very quickly and went down. And I was like, I was trying my best not to laugh, like, but they was like shitting themselves, and it was so funny. So then we got round to the next bit of the woods, and then there's a hill, and basically what Dean had done, he'd put a load of toilet paper or whatever in this wheelbarrow. And basically, when we got to the bottom of the hill, he pushed the wheelbarrow down the hill, and like it's dark. There's some big metal thing rattling down the hill with all fire coming off of it, yeah. And I'm like, shit, they've got a tank. So anyway, everyone's just like, running like, and then I've got them all calmed down again, and then the wheelbarrow, it's got to the bottom of the hill and it's fell over or whatever, and all the fire's gone out or whatever, because it weren't very light or whatever. So we walked on and we're checking this out, and they're like, oh, in a tank. I was like, yeah, don't be silly, it's not a tank. So we carry on, like, and then basically me and Dean had erected this, it looked like some sort of mast, like a radio mast or something, with all metal and stuff and that. But we'd built it so it was basically, there was a piece of like string basically coming off the top of it and going over a tree, and then it was tied to something on the tree, and that basically, that piece of rope or string or whatever was keeping it up, like. So we're getting close to it, and I'm like, right, lads, this is our mast. This is where we're getting all our communications from. This is how I'm using my radio, because I still had it in my hand or whatever. And he's like, all right, okay. I said, look, it's not very strong or sturdy, so be very careful, because if we lose communications, we are fucked. So anyway, they're all right, yeah, sweet. So at this point, Gary's on the back of the patrol, if you like, just watching out or whatever. So it's so funny, because as we've gone past this thing, as Gary's going past it, Dean has cut this wire, and basically the whole thing just fell to the floor, yeah. So I'll turn around, I'm like, Gary, what have you done? What have you done? He's like, it weren't me, I promise, I didn't touch it, just fell down. I was like, nah, mate, I told you we needed that. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And anyway, after a minute, we just carry on, like, and then we get further into the woods, and we're coming like quite close to the end of the woods now, like, and there's another bit of grass or whatever, and you can see it from the bushes where we was or whatever, and then Dean's standing there in this balaclava and all that, and he's like shouting or whatever, we'll get you lot next time or whatever, and they're like, oh my god, where's the others? I said, I think they've all like done one, I think they're gone, because you can get out of the woods here, like. So Dean has run out of the woods and run like in through Fletcher Court's garage or whatever, and so we made our way over there, like, and so everyone's gone or whatever, and I was like, lads, you've done it, we got rid of them out of our estate, amazing, you lot, amazing. They're all like, yeah, we're great, yeah. But so anyway, so Dean has run off, like, but he's gone wherever, and he's took his camouflage jacket off, he's took the balaclava off or whatever, and then he's come through the woods from the other direction, so he's coming behind us, like, and then he sort of said, like, he's come out, oh, well, lads, what's happening? And everyone's like turned around, they're like, Dean, what's happening? We just bashed this other estate out of our estate. And he's like, no way. It's like, yeah, that was nuts, mate. It was nuts. There was loads of them. And Dean's just like, oh my God, I wish I was here to help you, man. And they was like, Oh, don't, mate. It's just nuts. Like, there was about 30 of them. We got them out of the woods, didn't we, John? Didn't we? And I was like, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did, Dean. We did. We got rid of them. They're out of our estate, mate. Yeah, nice one. And it was just so funny, right? And I ain't even joking, but me and Dean kept this, like, bit of a secret from everyone for quite a long time. And then I can remember telling a couple of them, I'm not sure what ones, but I did tell a couple of them that it was just a big joke or whatever. And like, they was like, really? That weren't Dean? No way. And all this, it was proper funny. Just like, in-guest awards. Just nuts. But yeah, we used to do mental things like that in the woods all the time. But yeah. All right, well, thank you for listening, and I will speak to you lot soon. Mwah.
Chat tales. Don't you wanna hear some chat tales?